Big day markets today, Saturday. Got the big Australia Day Carnival, which is on every year. Surf clubs from all over Australia here, but it's on hold because a bit of action this morning. A bull shark has attacked a dolphin, and yeah, they saw the shark and they've taken the dolphin away. Not really a great thing, but anyway, plenty of activity. This episode I'm gonna talk about what it's like to be a markets manager and how to be a markets manager if anyone's thinking about doing it. But I think it'll also help you as a stall holder to understand from my side or from the market manager's side what goes on and what's needed and what it takes. So yeah, hopefully you get something out of that. Well, let's dive into it. Welcome to Manly Markets 2095. Manly is the first beach north of Sydney Harbour and can easily be reached by ferry, car or bus. My name is Mark and I've been running the Manly Markets for 10 years now, and I have over 30 years retail experience in the surf industry, which has really helped me understand the markets business overall. Each week I'm going to show you all around our markets, including how we run them, introduce our stallholders, show you around Manly and interview some locals along the way. Please subscribe and enjoy our weekly shows every Friday. Okay, so number one in being a markets manager is markets as a business overall. Coming from my background of surf shops, you know, I was like, okay, I'm going to take over running the markets. What is it? You know, I was a bit anxious about it and not so sure. But once I took a look at it, I realised that all businesses are the same. You got a customer, and you must take care of that customer if you want to have a good business. So who is the customer? The stallholders, you know. And when I arrived, stallholders had been quite bullied by the previous operator, so they were all quite angry and quite tentative when I came on the scene. And fortunately a few of them were okay, and then gradually you know, I won over their trust and assured them that I was there to help them. They were my customer and I would do everything possible to make it work where I could. Can't always help everyone, but yeah, number one, stallholders are my customer and they are very important to my business, the markets. So yeah, as far as the stallholders go, it's very important to build up good relationships with them. As you've seen probably in the videos, a lot of great people at our market, and we have a lot of fun, but you know, it takes time, as I said, build up trust. But yeah, we all get along well, and I like to make a good, fun working environment. And you know, if it's going to work, it might as well be fun. It doesn't have to be all hard and serious. So we joke a lot. We make sure we get the job done, and make sure everyone, you know, has a successful trading experience with us. Yeah, as I said, social. You've got to be social. I've been in retail all my life, obviously. I find myself as a people's person. I enjoy being around people, I enjoy working with people, I enjoy helping people. These are all things you've got to do. I care about the stallholders, I care about their businesses. You know, as I've said, I've tried to use my retail experience to help them where I can, offer advice and assist them with ideas, you know, talk about it, share ideas and mull over things, and yeah, it seems to work. I must be approachable. People come to me a lot with problems or ideas or questions or demands, you know. As I said, everyone wants to find the A-grade position for them, so yeah, I always try to help them. And once again, can't always say yes, so you know, that's just how it goes. You know, try to be consistent with the stallholders. You know, the rules are the rules, so you know, that's my fallback. If I can't do something because there's rules in place, then I'll let them know and explain what that is. Number two is setup. The layout of the stalls, it's a unique thing. Generally, you put people where you think they'd be best. You don't put jewellery next to jewellery, you know, you spread it around so there's a good variety, a good mix, make it fair for everyone. But gradually, as people, you know, start with the market and keep coming successive weeks or months, you generally tend to find a position that works good for them and good for the market too. That's really important. Things must be good for the market as well. We reward consistency. You know, the more times you come, the more say you have and where you're located. It's always annoying when a new store holder demands to be in the best position they feel is the best position. It doesn't work like that. Just getting into the market first and foremost is what they should be aiming for, and then go from there. And if it works, keep coming back. And as you keep coming back, well, then you can maybe pick out a spot that you can hold on to every time you're here. So consistency, I will reward consistency every time. Number 3, council contract. Because I'm in the centre of Manly here, obviously I lease the area off the Northern Beaches Council, and that comes with quite a thick contract, and I think it's around 90 pages now, and there's a lot of what I can do, what I can't do, and there's a lot of what I can't do, but all of it was pretty much sensible, common sense stuff, so it's pretty easy to follow the rules. But you know, I think the fact that I've had this contract for 11 years speaks volumes of the fact that I do follow the rules. I really respect the rules, and I get storeholders all the time questioning what I'm doing, but I always refer to the rules, and I go, we're in a public space, we're guests to this area. We're surrounded by shops and businesses who've got leases and pay rent. They have priority over us, so yeah, we are a guest here, so it's important that we follow the rules, and that way I keep my contract and we get to keep the markets in the centre of Manly, so we really respect that. And yeah, rules have just got to be followed. It's simple. Once again, that's a simple part of business. Follow the rules and you won't have a problem. Sometimes, you know, I'll question things if I think that's not quite right, and Northern Beaches Council are amazing. You know, they'll look at it and go, yeah, absolutely, you're right there. We'll change that, or we'll help you with that. Yeah, or you know, usually I'll know if it's a no-go, and I don't waste their time if that's the case. You know, I don't try and whinge and complain and try and get everything our way. I'll weigh it up, be fair, and yeah, see how it goes. But yeah, Northern Beaches Council, very good to work with and very professional, and really appreciated their help along the way. Part of my contract with the council is I have to provide reporting every month, and also obviously pay my bills, the rent and the commission to them, and I'm always prompt. You know, in business, if you hate paying bills, probably shouldn't be in business. I don't say I love paying bills, but I like paying my bills on time, get them out of the way. If you pay them, then you know where you stand in your business. You know what's left is yours. So yeah, definitely pay on time, and that has helped me build up a good relationship with the accounts of the council. You know, when it comes around to applying for a new contract, they always give me 5 stars for paying on time. So and easy to deal with. That's another thing too. Don't be a pain in the ass in anywhere in business. It's not going to work. Yeah, I'd have to say my relationship with the council, all the employees I deal with, is very good, from the mayor down to all the people in the various departments. Even the guys working in cleaning, you know, really good guys. Shout out to Bruno, he's a legend. You know, make sure that we respect them and help them do their job, don't interfere with their job. That's all part of being a markets manager. So yeah, make sure that relationship is good. Pricing, what do we charge for stalls? Well, on average we charge about $100 for a stall. I find that that's about a good average stall price for here. If COVID hadn't come along, maybe it would be higher by now, but COVID certainly interrupted business. It was very difficult for a while there. Tourists obviously couldn't move around. You know, everyone was restricted to their areas, so that probably put a dampener on things. But yeah, I mean, as far as store holders go, I think if you're paying $100 rent a day, you probably should be aiming to do about $1,000 in turnover. You know, you got your costs of your goods. You probably should be paying yourself about $50 an hour, $50 an hour, I should say, Aussie slang. And I think that's a pretty good earn on average. You know, I mean, I know we've got some store holders do a lot more than that, and sometimes some people barely make the rent. You know, which is never nice to hear. But yeah, on average, $1,000 turnover is probably good, and you should be paying about 10% of your turnover. That's I think it's a fair price. Number 5 is the weather. Yes, you know my friend the weather. Boy oh boy, last 2 years we've had a shit summer. This year has been fantastic. It's more how it should be, a bit easier to understand, and the forecasts have been more correct. I know we were critical of the Weather Bureau. They were hopeless, but it was very difficult as well. La Nina was a pain in the ass. It's gone apparently, and it's been much better. We're just getting a normal weather pattern of a few days sunny, then southerly, and then a bit of rain and stuff like that. But my job as the markets manager is to understand as many weather forecasts as possible, like weather apps. You know, I look at about 4 or 5. I've got my TV presenters that I like, who I can understand their dialogue. I've got the radio. I listen to a guy every Saturday morning. I hear the direct phone call to the Weather Zone office. That's always very good and handy. It just sets me up for the weekend. But following the weather during the week, I can understand the pattern, what's going on. Another plus was I've been a surfer all my life for many, many years. And as surfers, we understand the weather probably better than most people, because we're continually watching it, trying to work out when the surf's going to be good, and then plan our life around that. So yeah, must understand the weather. And when you got to make a call, it can be tough calling it off, especially when it's not 100% sure it's going to rain or be windy. So yeah, as a markets man, you just got to make the call, and if you make the call, stick by it. And you know, get it wrong, well, you're only doing it with the information you're getting. So sometimes some storeholders get upset and can't help but give me a bit of a gobful, but we all joke about it now. So once again, build up the relationship there where I can throw it back at them and say, hey, leave me alone. Just doing the best I can with what I was told. So yeah, do your best with the weather. Surrounding businesses. We're being here in the middle of Manly, you know, surrounded by a lot of shops and pubs and cafes and restaurants, and you know, I've retailed in Manly prior to the markets for 25 years, so it was probably part of the reason why I got the contract in the initial stages, was because I knew a lot of the retailers, and you know, and can't help being sympathetic to them, whereas previous operator wasn't very good. He used to block out shops and sort of filter crowds into the market and sort of block the shops out, which wasn't fair, and something we don't do anymore. We try our hardest to make sure that the shops are benefiting from the markets being here, and after all, that's our job, to not provide any competing products, but to add atmosphere and bring people to the centre of Manly. And yeah, and you know, I mean, I've got one coffee shop here, Ground Zero. He tells me every time the markets are on, they're 40% up, you know, and that pleases me to hear that. And I know other shops are the same. Kebab shop wants me here every day, but sorry, I'm not working every day. Happy to do 2 days a week. So yeah, it's really important we respect all the shops around us. They do from time to time raise issues with me, and yeah, I do my best to well, make sure I fix the problem. It's not a matter of try, it's a matter of yes, I will fix it and do. And yeah, I don't want to come to work with them breathing down my neck. You know, I want them to all be happy and, you know, just get on with our job and yeah, enjoy working, and everyone have a profitable time.
And I'm thinking about trying to find